Hello, oh, that's beautiful camera quality. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna be playing some due process today. Welcome to not the DPL, I guess, but we will be playing some DPL teams against each other. We have two teams today facing each other off. If I can pull them up, we have rosters. There we go. It's Arise versus Goopenstein. We've got some switching around going on. Arise has been completely remade with Sigilo, Lacking, Brody, Photon, and Nomad. Some big names, some scary names for Goopenstein, where we have Dot Hyped, the Postal Dude, Wartime, Blade Runner, and Equinox. These are all very well-known players in the community, and we will definitely see some big plays happening. I need to silence Discord because otherwise I will get distracted. There we go. I will be casting on my own tonight, sadly. Or, well, maybe I've got the honors of being the one in the spotlight for the entire game. I would ask my co-caster now what they think of the teams, but instead I will ask myself, what do I think of the teams? I like Arise. Goopenstein has some good players, but it's gonna be a tough battle. We will see what's gonna happen. Some players are a bit less consistent on Goopenstein versus Arise, which just consistently plays on a very high level. We will be playing on some new maps. The game has recently updated with over 100 new or technically old maps being added back into the game. Some very fun ones, some a bit broken ones. We'll see what we're going to be facing today. Yeah, I believe. How are the teams facing right now? Are they ready to start playing anytime soon? Very close to be playing, alright. In the meantime, I promised somebody I would show them a special technique of opening a beer. Which, kids, don't try this at home. This is very dangerous. I'm only showing this in case you're like in the middle of a desert and you're like dying of thirst and you only have a bottle of beer and you don't know how to open it. Use anything else, like a lighter, paper, just your fingers. But if you don't have fingers nor paper, you can use this. Basically, you place the corners of your teeth on the middle of the bottle cap and the lower one on one of the little rings that are around the beer bottle. Don't use your molars. Like some people like chew on it with their molars, but that's just gonna give you damage. Don't do that. Don't try and flick the bottle like that. Just bite down softly until the air escapes, and by that point you can just take it off with your finger. Proost. Some beer bottles are easier than others. This one has a fairly small ring, so it's kind of hard to get grip. But proost, yeah. Sadly, I only have Heineken. So that's rough. That's pretty rough, but beer's beer, you know? Beer's beer. Anyway, back to rosters, baby. There we have Arise. Yeah, look at those teams. Jesus Christ. Sigalo lacking Brody Photon Nomad. I don't know, man. I nothing against Guppenstein. I just have a feeling dot hyped, postal, wartime. It's just not on the level of Sigalo and Photon and Nomad. Like crazy, especially dot hyped, who, for the record, I've more often than not had higher scores than dot hyped myself, which is a very important fact to remember. Sigalo, on the other hand, if you give him 0.5 seconds, he just instantly headshots you with an Ingmar. Like, you have to either catch him off guard or just flashbang him completely blind, or he will just destroy you. He will just instantly place 2 rounds in your forehead. You can't compete with that, honestly. So yeah, very curious to see. So yeah, very curious to see how it's gonna be played out. I don't think I've seen Brody a whole lot. Is Brody a good player? Probably, because he is on the rise, but who knows? You know, that's kind of judging a book by its cover. Maybe Brody is really crap. Apparently, Brody is known for his parkour, whatever that means. Hopefully we get some fun factory maps then. Some hardcore parkour. Maybe some of the older maps have some crazy parkour moments. I believe we did play on a factory last time where there was some really weird parkour onto pipes and whatnot. But I believe one of the maps added by Tetra, one of the newer made ones, has some weird toxic parkour section where you jump from pillar to pillar. Which is also interesting map design. Very creative. Creative is the kind word I would use for it. Yeah, let me take a quick gander at the teams. Are they in regular? No, they are in DPL League. What are we looking at? We have GOOP Process and SaveX. Those are not our teams. Where? Alright. We are still waiting specifically for Dot Hyped, who is currently busy being way too late. They are... I don't know, I've heard something about just being sleepy. Just very, very slow, you know? They're just a very slow individual in general. Just very, very numbed. Yeah, that's the best way I would describe this. See, that's the fun thing about casting solo. I can just slam their names and there's nobody to, like, counter me or, like, go up against me. I can just say whatever I want. It feels power. I'm kind of on a power high right now. Oh, they might be queuing. Creative. Great. Amazing. We're gonna have Arise versus Guppenstein. It is the BO3 Fight Night, DPL Fight Night, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna see some fighting. Each one of these people would love to go fist to fist on each other. Dot Hype would fist Sigalo like instantly, no problem. Damn, I'm already halfway through the Heineken. It's Friday night. It's Friday night. I'm pretty sure we can't get copyright if I sing it. And there we go. We have a map, ladies and gentlemen. It is Kill Dome. Is it a new map? I believe it is, or at least an old map, new old map, old new map. Either way, recently been added along with 99 other maps. We're seeing both teams making plans right now. Arise not writing down much. Goop planning out angles and just some crazy stuff in general. Really good defenses. We're seeing some barbs going down. A barb to block that red door entry on quite a nasty position. It looks like it's just gonna be a jungle hold. Castle, pit, base, and beach are gonna be forfeit to the enemies. It's quite unrealistic to hold. Castle is also kind of a trap. On one end, you've got really great control of pit, but on the other hand, if they if the attackers arise to get into jungle onto the bomb, pushing out of castle is just a pain in the ass. There's probably gonna be a 5-man stack in jungle with some rotation, some roaming into pit. Uh, Arise, just a very straightforward plan. We're going beach, we're getting pit, and slowly walk through base and pit into jungle. Oh, we're gonna see some early peeking by Goop. Very interesting. I believe one of the peekers has a sub. A peek with a sub. Interesting play from Postal. Postal might do some crazy stuff. Here we go. Ooh, very quickly we already have a few kills going through. We see Arise with a saber. Ooh, pick picking off the lone top player, Postal. Anxious to enter the water. Very understandable. We have Brody with saber just keeping Overwatch on the pipeline. Postal trying to get up the flank. Ooh, and Sigurd does get in, but gets traded out. Lacking picks up a kill, but gets hurt. It's just gonna be a it's gonna be a 1v3 that dropped very quickly, getting flashed. They know where Blade Runner is, roughly. Blade Runner trying to pre-fire, but completely misses Photon on Photon, just picking that up close range. Close range Blacktar, very effective. Look at that parkour. That's some hardcore parkour. Wow. Crazy. Almost seems like these players have played this map before, which wouldn't surprise me honestly, but that's some great parkour. Recycling some flashbangs. Gotta think about the environment. Yeah, very great push. Um, very quick, very aggressive. I like the idea of Goop. I'm not sure about the entire base hold. I think being a bit more jungle and just a bit more long range would have probably helped. Especially since Arise didn't bring a whole lot of smokes. Regardless, it is C-store, and what a C-store this is. We have a very strong free door here. Bathroom is quite private and gives access to freezer and a lot of storefront. Very interesting storefront. Usually you see storefront paired with entrance, um, which kind of funnels the attackers, but right here it's just one big open area. We also see fridges, which we don't usually see. These are some strong entry points. Office also isn't a bad blow. Gives quick access to teller. Storage, also quite powerful. Although that shed is quite narrow and could be very dangerous. But I believe it's indeed gonna be a office blow and split push office, bathroom, and then have a saber Brody with a torch. Or, well, it's Nomad with a torch it seems, but they're gonna be torching for Brody, who is gonna play the saber long range in that storefront. That's so much fuel for that saber. Just completely free range and just vision on the entire bomb and the entirety of storefront. That's gonna make rotations for Goop very difficult. I think this map is definitely in the attacker's favor. Let's see if they can capitalize on it. Bathroom is gonna be quite heavily fortified, but that office push, that's probably just gonna flow through really quickly. Let's see, they already placed down explosives, but they're waiting for a dual blow. There we go. Blown in, but they're playing it slow. They're not inside yet. Nomad is torching. We have Blade Runner hiding on the toilet with a shotgun. That's either gonna play out beautifully or go horribly wrong. We do have attackers with a DL12, but they get knocked up. Ooh, Dot gets taken out though with a close range shotgun. Very interesting flashbang. We see, okay, lacking, come on now. Oh no. Okay, yeah. Dot time general got toyed with by lacking. Right now it's in favor of the attackers, more collective health. They picked up some defenders' weapons. Ooh, ooh. But lacking is low, and it's right now. I can barely make these names out. I think that's Blade Runner versus lacking. But lacking is on bomb, giving away their position. Blade Runner knows this. And Blade Runner gets taken out just like that. Lacking with a 3k. Beautifully played. That's the power of that weapon. Picking back up their valuable torch alongside with quite a lot of ammo for the big AK, the KR82M, I believe. That's good. That's a lot of ammo. That's gonna be dangerous for lacking. And getting back the clacker as well. Wow, very good eco round for lacking. Okay, they're dropping the clacker. They do have a clacker still in truck, so the flashbang is a bit more economical. That's some great plays. Great flashbang. Pre-fire was good, but the DL12 rush is just insane. And this is, yeah, that's rough. That's rough. Good volley. Almost got lacking. Did do a lot of damage. But Blade Runner just got dropped very quickly. The defender weapons are very strong, especially in the hands of the attackers. Now, another map going to bank with a very private lobby, it seems. Button is actually in lobby, meaning lobby is very attractive for the attackers right now. Very doable of just pushing out into that vault. Wow, just realized that button is right there in lobby. And the only thing stopping them from going into vault is security. That's fun. I'm not sure what the rest of the map is for then. It's just like cosmetic, I guess. I'm trying to think of a reason to go any entrance except lobby. Why would you go into manager or vents? Yeah, so this is just a lobby blow. That's basically what it comes down to. You blow lobby, you try and torch security or get through security, which is very doable if you have a nade and a flashbang. I think the defenders might kick barb. It seems a kick barb manager. Very interesting. Okay. Dot hype is experimenting. Cool. That's nice. Yeah, it's just gonna be manager trying to wall bang. Honestly, just hiding into that vault isn't bad either. It's a big vault. If one plays long, one plays short, you can pretty securely play against flashbangs. Mediocre molly, it's just gonna stall. Flashbangs haven't been thrown yet. Still haven't been thrown. The attackers still have a lot of utility. Now the flashbangs are gonna come out. And we're gonna move. There we go. And they're into lobby, trying to secure the space. Teller is falling back. That's the correct choice. They're not gonna win that engagement. And now they're just gonna try and torch the big door. But do they have enough fuel for that torch? It doesn't seem like it. They do nade it. Vault is open. Now it's just a matter of flashbanging and forcing yourself into security. Ooh, but to do so, they're cleaning up manager first, although they didn't really watch where the entrance was. Luckily, Lacking got in sneakily and just took down 2 guys. Dot time general is just low and gets shot down by Nomad. Very nice play. Very interesting map design. Yes, very cool. Love to see it. Big fault. Interesting fault. Honestly, 2 people playing in vault and then just kicking that green door and just holding long angles. Seemed like doable for the defenders. Not sure about playing Teller or anything else really. The wall charge is nasty. Without a wall charge, I think it's way more holdable for the defenders. Although it is quite a choke point and the rest of the map is purely cosmetic. Unless the wartime general a lot. Wait, it's all dot. I just really dot blade runner, dot equinox, dot time general, dot the postal dude. That's horrible. That's horrible. No. No, it makes me sad. Ooh, and it's a trade. Yeah, there goes dot time general. Getting tagged up early. Ooh, and that's a good trade. That's a really good trade for the attacker. Sigilo is getting tagged up, and now they know where Sigilo is, so they have to try and maneuver to get the upper hand. Goop is quite beaten up though also. The mob is still going strong with some really camouflaged angles here. Let's see if they can clean up somebody who's trying to peek. I think the attackers have kind of lost sight of where Sigilo is, meaning Sigilo is a threat again, and ooh, they're running quite close to Sig. They don't know where he is. Ooh, but they clean him up. Very aggressive push. Jump shot, very nice. And now they're playing close. The mob is not at the advantage here. Yeah, that's rough for the mob. Sniper gets taken out. Now just Lacking, who is quite hurt. Does have a weapon for the situation. Could clean it up. Dot and Equinox and also Postal are quite damaged. Yeah, there we go. Postal. Now it's just... Ooh. Dot and Equinox were one shot, but... Wow. Dot just takes out the enemy mid-air. That's some good sniping. That's some clean sniping. Now it's just down to looting. Securing an Ingmar. Arise losing 2 Ingmar and a mob. Ooh, that might come to cost them dearly in the future, or they've calculated it all. It's probably the best map out of the 3 to use them on, but it's also quite painful to lose them still. Let's see. Back on Seesaw. Goop knows what's to come. They also know that they have a lot of utility. Yeah, this older map has not taken into account the torch It's a lovely map, but the torch is a very just holding angles onto the green doors. I think that is indeed the best play. Look at them running out. Ooh, that's a pretty good smoke. Blowing red door, of course. Both those green doors are barbed though, so unless they expel a nade, which they might. No, the nade is rotating to bathroom, because bathroom is completely locked up with that single barb. Although office is gonna have a rough time pushing out. They might be able to push Teller if they expel a flashbang or two. Ooh, not with that run out. Damn, Dot Time General getting taken out by a very aggressive push. Brody also getting taken out by a good flashbang. We see Photon outside of the map. There's nobody there, but who knows? He doesn't know. Perhaps he could pick somebody off. Lacking, just holding that door. And now the round has come to a grinding halt. It's both teams who don't want to push each other, mainly because one team doesn't have to and the other one doesn't have the manpower to do so. Whoever makes the first play could set off a chain reaction, which could lead to the end of the round. But our time is running short and GOOP is forced to make a play. .Hyped hasn't been able to pick off anybody yet. Equinox is on bomb though, but is dead.